What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to go over my exact current strategy for all my stores on how I find, test, launch, and scale products using Facebook ads. Let's go. All right, first, let's go over some numbers because we like looking at numbers. This store, I started testing the product on October 12th. Let's start with October 10th just so I can show you guys. There was nothing there. October 11th, still nothing here. But yeah, starting October 12th, I started testing a product at this store. I do run multiple stores, but October 12th is the day I started with this store, and today is November 26th. So around $60,000 in a little over 30 days. Okay. And let me refresh just so you guys know I'm legit and I'm not a liar. And there you go. That's proof. And yeah, so this is the strategy I'm going to be explaining in this video is my exact current strategy that's been working great for me. And in the video, I'll basically go over the first part is going to be finding the product, how I literally what I do to find products right now. The second part is going to be making creatives, which is extremely important, and I feel like a lot of people overlook this part. Even though I think right now is probably the most important thing if you want to succeed as a marketer or dropshipper. The third part is going to be the store, the type of stores that I build and what my store looks like. And then the last section is going to be talking about the media buying, how to launch products to test and how to scale them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so for the first part of this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I find and validate the products that I want to test. Now, my strategy has changed a bit since the last video, and that's because sales trackers like PP Spy and stuff like that are not working accurately. So you can't really track the sales of stores accurately. So now I've adapted, and this is how I basically validate the products. I go to Facebook Ads Library. I'll put a link down below for you guys to check out. And this is basically a platform where it shows all the ads that are being run on Facebook, right? So when you type in Facebook Ads Library, this page pops up. I use United States. This is the biggest market. And then for this, I put all ads. And here I use different keywords that marketers or dropshippers might be using in their ad copies. It's super important to be smart with these keywords. As you can see, these are some that I've been using. 50% off, dog, buy yours, sale ends, 40% off. For example, 50% off is a very common one, but you have to also keep in mind that so many other people are going to be using this. So try to brainstorm, even either try to like find new keywords in your niche. If you're in the pet niche, use like dog, cat, stuff like that, or find keywords about the problems that you're trying to solve. For example, winter's coming up, so you could literally type in winter over here as one of the keywords to find ads that are related to winter. But let's just go with 50% off for now, just because I know I can find products easily, and so I can show you guys how I validate these ads and products that I'm finding, since I can't track their sales. Now, you can also filter over here. For the filters, I use videos, active ads because we want to see what's running right now. And for the dates, I choose from doesn't matter, but the to part I change to 2 or 3 days before the current date. The reason I do that is because I don't want to see ads that just started running, because that means the person is just testing the product. I want to see ads that are being scaled and have been running for a little bit of time at least. So let's apply these filters. And after this loads, we just are going to scroll and check out every single one of these to find potential products. But the main thing we're looking for is this part right here, the number of ads used that are using this creative or text. The higher this number, the better. That means more ads are running. That means the person is spending more on ads, which means that the product is working for them. They're scaling it. Why would you spend money on something that isn't working? So there is no set number that I look for. The more you do product research, the better feel you get of this and better understanding you have of exactly what works and what doesn't. So there's not a specific number of ads that I look for, but just know the higher the better. I typically try to go for 10 and above, right? So let's go back on top and just validate like one of these. So 11 ads are using this. Let's check out the video. So it's a fashion product. It's probably just like a shirt or something. And then what I would do is see summary of ad details. These are all the ads that are running. Also, most importantly, we're gonna go to their page to see when they started running these ads and how many more ads are they running. All right, so we come to their page, we click on about, and then we go to page transparency, see all, go to ads library, and here we can see all the different ads they're running for the product, right? Now, this seems to be a general store, and they're basically promoting a lot of different products, but this is basically how you validate a product. You come down and you look at all the ads they're running. For example, this one, 96 ads. Um, they're spending a lot of money on this creative, right? Now, this product is saturated. I wouldn't recommend testing it, but this is the stuff that you want to see, right? A lot of ads being ran. That means a lot of money is being spent on these products. Now, the second step to validating it, since we can't track live sales, is what I do is I take screenshots. So normally if it's like a dropshipping store with one product or something like that, they don't have like this many ads running and they're not promoting this many products, right? They only have like 10 different ads running, for example, and each ad has like a different number of copies, right? So what I do is I take a screenshot of this, save it, put the date, and I track that store for about 24 to 48 hours, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 72 hours, 3 days, to see if this number over here changes. If it decreases, and if I see the number of ads they're running decreases and they killed some, that means that their testing isn't going well. But as soon as I see that this, for example, goes up to like 10, 20, or I see they're running more creatives, they're running different ads for that product, that means they're scaling. That's a great sign. And as soon as I see that they're running more ads and spending more, I hop on that product. And that's basically how I validate products. Since I can't track their sales, I just track the amount of money they're spending by tracking how many ads they're running. And yeah, that's basically the whole thing. Now, product research is not hard. It's pretty simple, but it's tedious. So you have to sit down, scroll a lot, and write down these numbers, track all of these. I just noticed that it says inactive here, so this is not something that we'd want to check. I forgot to change the filters, but just go based on the filters that I showed previously. And yeah, just track the number of ads that they're running. And that's how you find and validate. All right, now that we found the product that we want to test and we validated it by looking at the ads, and we're seeing that the competitor is just increasing the number of ads, meaning that they're scaling it, we want to test it ourselves, but using better creatives. Don't ever copy your competitor. The reason is because Facebook's algorithm sees that and it'll show you the ads to the same people they're targeting. And then if the people have already seen your competitor's ads, why would they buy from you? And copied work does not work well. You can take inspiration from your competitors, but make sure to make your ads even better, right? So the two platforms that I use to make my creatives is CapCut, which is the one that you're seeing here right now. And then the second one is just the TikTok app. If I'm just doing the TikTok ratios, you can just download TikTok videos and just edit it on TikTok app yourself, or you could use CapCut. It just has a lot more features and it's easier. I actually put a few notes here on the screen you can see as well, about what things you can do to make your creatives better, right? Number one is social proof. You can either add reviews of your product from other customers or picture reviews of your product or even celebrities talking about your product, right, in your videos. Um, be careful if you're using celebrity videos. You might get, DMCA or something like that. But yeah, that's something that you can do. Eye-catching scroll stoppers, that's what the SS sounds like. I'll show you an example of this as well, but the first like 2-3 seconds of the video, the scroll stopper, is super important. You want to grab the audience's attention, right? And you can also use auto captions in your videos because a lot of people want to read the text as well. They like subtitles and it makes them more engaged. It makes them want to look at the video longer. Messing with the brightness and color. In CapCut, you can literally mess with the brightness of the video, the different color gradients of the video, just to make it stand out a little bit more. These little things make a difference. You don't think it will, but when you make these changes and your video looks just a little bit better than your competitor, you'll see major results, I promise you. And the most important thing is learn from doing research. When you're doing your product research, you're not just looking for products, you're looking at the different creatives that are working, the different variety of creatives that are working, different, the different ways the competitor has edited the creatives, or the different little elements you can use in your creatives to make them better. Now let's look at an example of a good creative. This is Bleem. I don't know if you heard of it. But it's the crystal hair eraser, and this is actually how you change the coloring in CapCut as well. Look over here, mess with the temperature, and there's a lot of options. But anyway, let's look at the video real quick. Um, from the beginning, just so I can show you the scroll stopper. Just the first 2-3 seconds is pretty eye-catching. Look at this, right? It just introduces the problem in a very eye-catching way. This is something you can take inspiration from. Just look at it a little bit longer. Look how clean it looks, super clean, branded. They use captions, like I said. Even if you have someone talking in your video and using auto captions in the video helps so much. But this is basically how I make my creatives. I'm not gonna go. I'll make a separate video on exactly what I do, and I'll make it creative with you guys. But that will be a super long video. So for this video, I'm just basically giving you guys like all the little golden nuggets that I use to make my creatives and how you can make your creatives even better by following these. All right, sorry about the little cut over there, but I wanted to include this. So when I test products, I usually test with 6, 7 creatives, and each creative has its own angle, right? Because I want to see what video does best, what problem do people relate with more, what creative would work better, and all that different stuff. And that's why you're testing with so many different creatives, so you can test different things to find something that works. But how I find ideas for my creatives and how I find angles for my creatives, it's so simple. I come to Amazon, I type in the product, let's just say crystal hair eraser, because we were looking at the video. Find a listing with a lot of reviews like this one, 20,000, and we just read the reviews to see what people are talking about, why they like this product, why they don't like this product, what makes this product stand out to them, why they bought it initially. These are all different things that you can use in your creatives. Sorry, using your videos. So if people, for example, are mostly buying this product because it helps them like shave their hair faster, that could be literally one creative. Do you want to shave, like the scroll stopper is a video of like someone trying to shave their arms or legs or whatever, and it's taking forever. That's a scroll stopper. And then you introduce the product and say that it can do it much faster. Or that's just an example. You just read the reviews and come up with 7 creatives and 7 angles that the majority of the reviewers are talking about. And yeah, that's how I make my creatives. All right, so I showed you guys how I find my products. I showed you guys how I make my creatives. Now I'm going to show you guys how I make my stores. Now, this isn't my exact same store, but I was looking to find a store that follows my template and the template I use for my stores. And this store follows it perfectly. And we'll go over exactly why. So they're selling some sort of men's underwear, right? I don't know what theme they're using, but you could literally make this exact same store using any free theme. Or you can even use a page builder like Pagefly, which I use. But anyway, limited offer urgency, right? First of all, let's look at the store. Super clean, right? Not too many colors. The it doesn't look. Um, the pictures are clean and high definition, right? HD pictures, super clean. It's not too much information. It's not too much colors. Everything goes together. It looks branded. They added urgency, limited time offer, right? A lot of reviews, super important. A lot of reviews over here. And starting from the top, they give bullet points about the product, right? Just a few bullet points. I usually have like 2 or 3 bullet points. So these 3 is something I'd include, right? Just up here, scroll down, and then main headliner. The first thing that's on top of the page is the most important thing, right? Because it's usually what people see first when they're scrolling. So what they did is experience comfort like never before. There's so many different underwear out there. Why would the people buy yours? And what's the buying point for, or the buying intent for this product? it would be that it's very comfortable, right? So headline that and then explain why it's comfortable, right? Come down super clean and high definition GIF with, again, headline and giving some explanation. A lot of people don't like to read. That's why these bolded parts are important as well for the most important part, because usually they'll just scroll, and then like they're designed for superior durability. Amazing scroll. Again, I emphasize on how clean the pictures look, enhance sustainability, right? They last you a long time. Another reason, like men buy underwear, right? We don't buy it because it looks cool or whatever. It's comfortable and we want it to last, right? Two main points they hit on it, right? And now they talk about a science of it. In the creative section, I told you guys that you can use like social proof by reviews or celebrities talking about your product. But dermatologists are actually another way you can add social proof, right? If dermatologists are approving of this underwear, like why wouldn't I? It makes sense. Added that, right? Little size chart. If your product has sizes, this is another thing that I usually put on my product pages is comparing yourself to the competitor and why yours is better, right? No itching, breathable and comfortable. And you can easily make this chart using a Shopify app. If you literally just go in the apps search bar and just search like a comparison table or something like that, it'll pop up. This I don't recommend unless you guys are actually on the GQ or Men's Health or something, because you could probably get sued for this if it's not legit. But scroll down, social proof, right? Super clean. Scroll down, frequently asked questions, and that's pretty much it. And this is basically the layout of all my stores, right? We'll go from the top, just the product, a few bullet points, headline, first headline, a little description of it, second headline, a description of it with a clean GIF, and then another headline, description, clean GIF, and then a little bit of social proof, right? Clean picture, a little bit of explanation, and then the comparison table, social proof from your customers, reviews, and then frequently asked questions. And I usually have like a looks app as well that shows reviews down here as well. But that is basically the template of all my stores. And this store is called boxhero.co if you guys want to look it up. But it follows the template for my stores perfectly. And that's how I make my websites. All right, so for the media buying part or running ads part, the testing process for running ads is the least important when it comes to finding winners, right? When it comes to scaling, then yes, it's important to know different strategies and all that stuff. It's also important to like know your metrics and know how to read metrics, which I'll make a video about, to know when to kill or scale ad sets. But in regards to like launching tests, it really does not matter what strategy you use. You can check out my last video to see exactly how I test products. That strategy has remained the same. It's pretty basic. I have one campaign for the product, and then to start off, I have 7 to 10 ad sets, all $10 per ad set. You can do US and other countries separately, or you can just have all of them together. Does it not matter? But the one I'm explaining in this video is basically one campaign, 7 to 10 ad sets that include, each ad set includes the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the top five basically. And each ad set has their own interest, has their own unique interest. So if you're selling a dog product, one of the interests would be dog, the other one would be like a I don't know, leash and stuff like that. And under each ad set, you have 6 to 7 creatives with different angles and different scroll stoppers and all that stuff, right? But again, I want to emphasize that the testing strategy does not matter. Um, a lot of different ways work, right? It's mainly about the product, creative, and website, right? Um, but when it comes to scaling, it does matter. I actually want to make a video specifically about this. If you have questions, you can hop on my Discord and ask as well, since this video doesn't cover everything. But I will make a separate videos about these. But there's 2 ways that I scale. Before getting into it, I want to also emphasize that Facebook want likes when their accounts are fresh, meaning that you're constantly testing stuff. If you just leave an account just running without making any changes, you'll see it'll slowly die down. So you want to scale horizontally, meaning constantly every day you test new interests, you test lookalikes, you test different demographics, for example, like age or gender or country, you know. Mainly interests though, like 90% of my budget goes for the horizontal scaling goes towards scaling, testing new interests, right? The other 10% I test like lookalikes and other demographics. And for the vertically scaling, I basically scale using CBOs, right? Meaning I just basically pick my top performing ad sets, I put them in a CBO, um, and which is a campaign budget optimization. If you don't know what that is, you can find it on YouTube. And I put them in a CBO, and I basically consistently raise the budget on those CBOs if they're performing well, right? I usually launch them at $100. If they're doing well, I go to 200 and then 400 and then 800, basically like that, right? But just to keep things simple for you guys, just test different interests daily, and if you want to scale, um, like to a very high number, just use CBOs, which is exactly what I do. Just put your best ad sets in a CBO, single ad set CBO, and just raise the budget throughout the day if it's doing well. But again, if you guys have any questions about anything, you can ask me in my Discord. That pretty much concludes the whole video. And I'm sorry if I missed anything. But yeah, we basically went over my current strategy, and that is exactly what I'm using to find these winners and to scale my stores. But yeah, best of luck to you guys, and see you guys in the next video.